everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Different News. I have my extremely gorgeous guest with me, Bindu Ajit, today here. So, welcome, Bindu, and thank you so much for being on my podcast and accepting my invite. It's an honor and pleasure to host you today.
The pleasure is completely mine. I'm very happy to be here.
Bindu Ajit is the program dean of Biocon Academy and is responsible for overall operations and management of Biocon Academy. Bindu has a rich experience of over 30 years and a successful track record across learning and development, training, and people management roles in various leading organizations like NZ, Oracle, Converses, NIIT, etc. She is also an ICF accredited professional certified coach. She is also a certified NLP and EI coach. And to add the cherry on the cake, Bindu was recently awarded Women in Impact Award by Jobs Fortier for India's most inspiring women who exemplify innovation, mentorship, professionalism, and leadership. Amazing. I mean, it gives me such an awe to even tell your introduction, and I welcome you once again, Bindu.
Okay.
So, if you tell your journey, like how you became the program dean at Biocon Academy, and I mean your extensive journey, because what I see is very interdisciplinary, career that you had. So I think you have broken many norms where of career path usually what we talk about. So yeah, please, we love to learn your journey from you.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm from Kerala, born in Kerala, but brought up in Mumbai. And till 10th standard, I was in Mumbai. Then I was in Chennai for 11, 12, BSc, MSc. So I've done my post graduation in analytical chemistry. And I should say that I've been a good student, not the best, not the first and second ranks, but somewhere before the 10th rank. And I would say that I always had this in my mind that I should be good. No, nobody should say, "Oh my God, what is she?" So I always tried to be good, but I didn't push myself to be the best. So that was how I had started my, study academic life. And I was a second rank holder in Madras University for analytical chemistry. And then, those days, there was not like a lot of professions that you choose from. You either become a doctor or you become an engineer. But my mother, whom we always listened to our parents then, so my mother has said, you should become a teacher. For ladies, the best profession is being a teacher. And I was like not very sure about it because till about 10th standard, I was a very good child. A child which teachers will adore having. I would
Mhm.
listen to everything they say. But once the hormones started changing after 11th and 12th, I decided being disciplined and following all the rules is very boring. And I had decided to do all the naughty things, go sit on the last bench, and write notes during the classes, make fun of the teachers, and that was what was fun for me. So after finishing my post graduation, I felt like become how will I become a teacher? What if all the students start behaving like me? But I just decided, okay, let me start my career there, and I joined Anna Other School in Chennai. And when I started there, I really started enjoying being the teacher, the kind of attention that you get, and the fact that you can change somebody's life. A child really looks up to you. So I was teaching around 7th, 8th standard, 10th standard. These were the classes that were assigned to me. I was teaching science and maths. And I knew that more than the children listening to their parents, they listen to the teachers. So you really can change somebody's life. So that was what got me interested in teaching. And I started my career in teaching. And then I was teaching 11th and 12th standard in Kerala in Chinmaya Vidyalaya. One of my student is currently a Prashant B. Nair, who was chosen recently by Modi among the four people astronauts who are going, to Russia for the training. One of my student is that, and I'm still in touch with all my students. And I would say there is nothing more satisfying than a teaching job. So after, I was teaching 11th and 12th, and then I went to Africa. I got married in Africa, and I was teaching an international school there. That's when I had my child, and I decided, okay, do I just do teaching? Everybody are talking about IT, so why not IT? So I jumped from chemistry to IT. I did my NIIT program, 2 years of NIIT program, and all the subjects now changed. I was still teaching because I enjoy teaching. So I moved from the audience change from children to adults, adults who are employees, just joined employees. And from I was part of NIIT and used to go to companies like Wipro, Infosys, and teach them different languages like C++, Visual Basic, Oracle, and so on. So I used to always take certifications. I used to study and take my Java certification, then go and teach Java, take my Oracle certification, then go and teach Oracle, so that there is credibility to what you are doing. So the audience changed, the teaching remained the same, right? Then I got introduced to the corporate world. And from there, I decided, okay, I've been in this phase of corporate training. What else is there in the learning phase? Then I entered into e learning, so online learning, right? So I decided, okay, because IT was slowing down, and that's when I picked up online learning. I did a course with Symbiosis,
Hmm.
and I was doing instructional design with Converges. So it is teaching over the web, right? So you need to, now you're not seeing your audience, you're not interacting directly with them, but you need to design your course in such a way that the audience are able to relate it. Plus, online, the attention is very less. So, what are the things that need to? That's all you learn in instructional design. I enjoyed that, and that's where I got my first people manager role. And I realized that that comes to me pretty naturally. I love connecting with people. I
Hmm.
like mentoring people, and I used to love taking care of my team, encouraging them, motivating them, and finding out which is what is their strength and what they can do better. Right. So from there, been to IT companies, then with financial company like Oracle, I was there, and then I was with ANZ, Australia and New Zealand company, where I was heading the learning division there. So the different verticals changed, but if you see, the common thing that remained was education and learning.
Hmm.
And now from last 11 years, I am with Biocon Academy, which is the CSR wing of Biocon. And we are, trying to bridge the gap that exists between academy and industry. So we make students industry ready and place them across companies. So though it looks like it is very diverse, the common theme has always been education.
Thank you. I mean, it's you are an inspiration because I think when it comes to career path, particularly aspiring people who are starting their journey, or even people who are in their mid career, sometimes career transitions are are so difficult. So we have been built, our belief systems have been built in a way that it's a very narrow vision, like you have
True.
started this, you have done this degree, so you are supposed to do this job. But I think amazing, I mean, when we see people like you, and it's really that it gives us so much of confidence as well, and it is an inspiration to know your journey like this. Thank you so much for sharing that, Bindu. And yeah, so mm I understand you have crossed several disciplines, but then how have these cross industry experiences shaped your philosophy on learning and development?
Hmm. So I think learning is learning is learning. It's just that, say, suppose you know driving and then you're
Mm.
changing different cars. So you change to Innova, or you're changing into automatic car, or you just have to know that, okay, this is a bigger space, so I need this much space, or this is automatic, so the gear system changes. Those are the subtle changes. But a human being's way of learning, so you understand the learning psychology, you understand the audience, that's all that is important. So when
Mm.
you're working with financial bank, you need to understand what kind of people they are and what kind of learning works for them, right? What is the requirement of the company, right? So it's about understanding the audience and what is the company's requirement, and then designing it according to that. So I
Mm.
wouldn't say it is rocket science. It's um, you understand the learning methodologies, you pick up the learning methodologies, you understand what is working, whether it is e-learning, there are visual learners, there are learners who like to be online. In India, I've seen that most people do not like to do online courses till
Mm.
COVID happened. Once COVID happened, people, had to go to that. So they
Absolutely.
go. But still, if you see, their preference is more to have a teacher standing in front of them. You need
Absolutely.
that next person whom you poke and say, can you just help me with this? We're so used to that. So it is very difficult to take self-help and go there and learn it.
Mm. 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 Right. That's right. One interesting point in your career, when I was just introducing you, and also I read about you earlier, uh, is about your coaching career. So you are an ICF PCC coach, and also you are an NLP and EI coach. If I'm not wrong, EI is
Yes,
emotional intelligence. If I'm not wrong,
absolutely.
and NLP is
Yes,
neuro linguistic programming. Yeah.
yes.
So that is little bit, hitting my mind. So how is this? I mean, what made you come into these areas of learning? Is there any specific story behind it, or is it like more of you wanted to make yourself more professionally adept? So that would be an interesting thing to know from you.
Okay. So, like I said, when I first time became a manager and I started mentoring people,
Mm.
and then people management became my strength. I told you it just came to me naturally. I didn't have to put in too much efforts in that. And I was looking back at my career just about 2, 3 years back. I had broken my ankle and I was on the bed full time. So I had a lot of time to think. So I was thinking, okay, so I have done this, I have done this, I have done this. What next? Where am I heading? So then I was thinking that what is my strength? And I believe that once you identify your strengths, you should focus on that and push yourself in that direction rather than identifying your weaknesses and trying to work on that. That takes a long time, but your strength, everyone is born with unique strengths, and you just need to identify what works for you, what is your passion, where does your heart tell you to be, and follow that path. So I knew that helping people, mentoring them, coaching them, and being in the corporate life for around 30 years, I thought the challenges that I have faced, I've seen people facing, is some area that's my expertise. So why not try coaching?
Right.
And I contacted one of my friends who has done his coaching and found out more about it. And that's how I decided to go for coaching. And then I followed, okay, if anything that you take up, it is good to have a credential backing it,
Absolutely.
because then so many people become coaches. So where are you learning this from? There
Mm.
has to be a methodology, there has to be a credential. So
Mm.
International Coaching Federation is the main coaching stamp that you can get, and that's why I decided to select ICF. So in ICF you have to have 125 hours of learning, and that's when I decided to take emotional intelligence and neuro linguistic programming, and I completed my ACC first. ACC requires you to cover 100 hours of coaching,
Mm.
and there is a 4 hour exam. So at my age, doing a 4 hour exam was
My
a
God.
little bit tough. Even to get that focus sitting there and thinking for 4 hours was a little tough for me, but I cleared it. So then I was motivated even more. And so
Mm.
PCC, you have to complete 500 hours of coaching. And if you complete it within the same year, within a year after you get your ACC, then you don't have to write the 4 hour exam again. Otherwise, you have to repeat that exam. Plus,
Right.
you yeah, plus you have to submit a recording, to ICF, who will check whether you have followed all the ICF standards. There are some 30-35 parameters on which you are evaluated. So 1 year, 500 hours of coaching, and then doing this recording. And I was like, will I be able to do it? I can do it slowly also. But then that 4 hour exam was there. So I thought, okay, let me give it a try. Why not push myself and do
Mm.
it? So then I told my company that I'm open to, coach senior employees and directors here. I'm just beginning. Then I have students with me, I have my own team with me, and I offered coaching to my friends. So I did senior manager coaching, directors coaching, students coaching. I'm also part of the board in Shulini University, so I was coaching some of the students there. So I kept adding my hours. I volunteered. I did a lot of pro bono coaching for FFE, one organization. So I did reach my 500 hours. And my daughter was getting married. This December, she got married. So that was, pushed me back from my this goal, because I had to really focus on that. And they say, do a marriage and see how much effort it requires. So December that was over, and March I would, my ACC would be completing 1 year. So I had only that much time, and I really pushed myself hard over and above my work that I do for Biocon Academy. I was doing these extra coaching hours, and I completed 500 hours, and I got my PCC certification in March.
I
So
can only tell one word, hats off.
thanks.
Yeah, I mean, this is unimaginable, and I think what we are taught or we listen from influencers nowadays is lifelong learning, and I think you are the living example of lifelong learning, and I think you are still learning. Thank you.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, you are telling something. Yeah, please continue.
Lifelong learning. I
Yeah,
really, really believe in it.
yeah.
There is no, you can never stop learning. Even whether you turn 100 years,
Mm,
I'm sure if you push yourself, you can learn something there. And it keeps your brain active. So that is why I was thinking, what next for me? That's why I've taken this coaching journey, because I knew I could be anywhere in the world. I want to travel, so I can be anywhere in the world, and I can still do coaching. And if I am ICF certified, it allows me to be anywhere in the globe and coach anybody.
mm,
So, throughout, if you see in my career, I have been learning, right?
absolutely.
Whether it is chemistry, or whether it is all the IT subjects, or whether it is e-learning, or whether it is. So I learned, and then I got into the profession. I learned, I got into the profession. So I think there's a kick in learning, and nobody should ever stop learning. You should keep pushing yourself. The moment, Dr. Gargi, you feel that you're getting comfortable in your chair, then you should push yourself. Oh, no, no, no. I think I'm getting comfortable. Let's see what next can I do.
I think you are speaking my mind. I mean, that's why sometimes my favorite time pass is, of course, reading books, and sometimes in on weekends, if I feel bored, I'll just, because online education that way is very good in
Yeah.
versus in person. I just take up some courses and I just start learning. I mean, that's the food for the brain, I think, and
Absolutely,
completely agree
absolutely.
with you what you said. There is no barrier in this, and I don't think it is at all related with age or all those quote unquote things that runs. I don't think it's absolutely correct, because it's all in our mindset. And
Yeah,
I mean, as people know now, you. So I think nothing is impossible when it comes to harnessing knowledge or skill, because I personally feel only that thing we can take with us. Otherwise,
true.
all things we have to just leave and go.
Yeah. We don't know. We can use it there too, probably.
Yeah, so I think it's an interesting conversation that we are heading, Bindu. Coming to your Biocon Academy roles. So, from your experience, like you have learned designing and leading academic industry collaborations, or in this kind of, uh, I could say that probably you are conducting bridging programs. So, what do you think is often missing in our current education system?
Okay. There's only one word for that, application oriented learning. That is what is missing in our education system. So everything is so theory focused and everything is exam focused.
Mm.
So if you are a person who can really by heart everything and reproduce it, you are a star. That's how our education system is working. But
Right.
how much of that knowledge are you applying? So when you learn that a plus b the whole square is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, where have you ever applied it? Why did you learn it? You have been learning so much of this trigonometry, so much of
Right.
where is it? What are you doing with all that knowledge? So application oriented learning is really missing in our industry. I know there are a lot of changes that is happening with the new education
Mm.
policy that has come in. They're really trying to make the changes. And I feel that Montessori system of education actually believes that education is an aid to life. It
Mm.
should help you to live your life. That's how the principle should be. But unfortunately, the Montessori systems are all supported only till about fifth standard, and after that, you have to go to the mainstream. So I ensure that my daughter goes into Montessori system, and I still remember one day when she came home and said, Mama, this whole room is full of millions and millions and millions of atoms. And I was like, I never got so excited when I learned about atom. I had only learned that atom is the smallest indivisible
Mm.
part of an element. So it's a definition. I learned the definition. I got good marks, but I was never excited about it, right? So in Montessori, when you start off as a small kid, 1 year, 2 year, they teach
Mm.
you how to button your shirt, how to put up a zip, how to comb your hair. They have kept a mirror, so you have to do all that before you leave. Not make you sit and write for those people whose children, whose hands have not yet even developed for writing. You push them to write. But in Montessori, they make you, do all the other things. So I
Right.
really believe application oriented training is what is missing in our education system. And that is where Biocon Academy came in. So everybody knows Kiran Majumdar Shaw, and it was her dream that we should help the students who are doing biotechnology to get a meaningful employment. And for that, the missing factor is this application oriented training. So why not start an academy which is going to help these students? Because anybody who learns biotechnology looks up at Kiran as a role model,
Yes, of
right?
course.
And so she wanted to help those students because they were not getting jobs,
Hmm.
right? The industry is saying that I want experienced people. I don't have the time to sit and train these people. They know only theory. And so Kiran decided, okay, let's try this out. Let's start an academy and see how it works out. And here we are, 11 years later,
Is
doing
it?
very well. We have around 5 programs now. And 100% placement across all our courses and all our batches, which shows that the industry really needs them, needs this application oriented training and the students who are prepared
Hmm.
like this.
So, Bindu, like what kind of programs do you run? Can you give one or two examples? Mostly my intention to ask this question is who would be eligible to take up these courses? Is there like specific age group that you cater to, or is it open to, I mean, is it open to anybody? So, yeah.
Okay. So we have around 5, 6 programs. So one is say in the area of applied industrial microbiology, one is in the area of quality control analytical. Then our flagship program is in the area of biosciences, you know, end to end of a biopharma company. So each of these programs will have different eligibility criteria, but mostly it is graduates and postgraduates who are looking for employment. So those people who want to do further research, it is not for them. It is for making students industry ready and getting them a job. But we do have people like returning mothers who have had a gap and then they want to get skilled and then get into the industry. So we do encourage returning mothers. We have people who have been teachers. They started their career teaching biotechnology but want to get back into the industry. Those kind of people also come in. But mostly it is graduates and postgraduates in the area of biotechnology and biosciences. The quality control analytical program, we do take chemistry also. And we also have a faculty development program, which is a 2-week program, because we felt that the number of students we can reach to is limited. But if we train teachers, even
Hmm.
20 teachers will reach that many times the number of students, right? So
Absolutely.
we have a faculty development program also where we give industry exposure to the faculties.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And I think to my audience, I think you are getting a lot of value from this episode. And like you can also, Bindu, if you are okay, then where can people connect you if they want to connect with you? Would you like to share that?
Yeah, so I'm there in LinkedIn. Bindu Ajit, if you search for, you will find me. And
Right.
if you want to know more about Biocon Academy, we have our website, bioconacademy.com. And there all details are given. We are there in the social media, Instagram, the children are all there in the Instagram. So we are very active in Instagram, Facebook, social, website, LinkedIn, everywhere.
Great. I think it's a very valuable information, particularly if you are an aspiring student or if you are a postgraduate and you are looking for getting your step into the industry. I think
Yes.
this is a fantastic resource that you got today. Well, Bindu, when we talk about education and when we are talking today a lot about um, the education system, and you being a person who has seen various aspects of education, what I'm trying to ask you is that because after COVID, online education has, skyrocketed that way. So, do you like? I want to know your personal perspective.
Mm.
Online versus in person. If I would like to, if I ask you to compare, what would be your take on, on this?
Mm. I think it depends on the person actually,
Mm,
but in India, I have seen that people still prefer that a person stands in front of you
mm,
and is
true.
teaching you. But it is changing. There are lots of people taking up online courses. That's why
Mm,
Coursera is there, LinkedIn
yes,
Learning is there. There's so many online courses, which is really handy for you. You don't have to plan too much and go here or there. It's just available whenever you want to. Like you were saying, you were reading a book and then you decide, okay, I'll do a course. And
right.
that's all learning, right? So you don't have to plan, you're not investing too much money in it. So all that way is the advantage of online learning. What is
Mm,
missing with online learning is there's no peer learning, right? So in a class, you have a lot of people, there are a lot of questions asked, so you are learning from them. In an online, there could be a chat system and it could be managed with that people are asking. Um, like now when in Biocon Academy, we have all the faculties sitting in different places in the world. So one
mm,
of our education partner is Keck Graduate Institute, and they're based in California. So we
okay,
have partnered with them for 11 years now, and all the teachers are sitting there and teaching them. Where we are partnered with BITS Pilani, JSS
mm,
College. BITS Pilani could people be sitting in Hyderabad, that could be in Pilani, they could be in Goa, from
right.
wherever. The advantage of that is that you get the experts wherever they are, you
Mm,
know. And even in Bangalore, the college that we have tied up in Bangalore, MS Ramaya College, they
mm,
don't come to Electronic City, beating the Bangalore traffic and
I
reaching from
know.
one place to another. People prefer that they do it online. So there is a lot of convenience associated with online, and I wouldn't say that there's something missing over there other than the peer learning and seeing the faculty directly, understanding, and you feel
Mm.
that I have more questions comes in when you're directly interacting. Now also students do come and tell me if we have direct classes, it would be really good. So there is that missing factor still. We have not caught up with the culture of online learning yet completely, but we are definitely moving towards that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. And Mm, in this age of digital education, because now it has become like, I would say, I prefer to call this as an infodemic because it's so much of information. Sometimes we actually get lost in what we are trying to harness. That is one very big problem. So as a educationist or an academic person, uh, for a student, if they are trying to select a particular course, I'm talking absolutely based on our field, that is life sciences, biosciences, biotechnology, genetics, and all this stuff, because these are very skill oriented courses. You actually need to make your hands dirty, only then you
Yeah.
learn. So in these cases, we also see equal mushrooming of various online platforms, and also courses related to these areas as well. So just if you can suggest, or if you can share some insights for students, what are the things that they should consider whether when they are deciding to take up a course, like where for a so for example, if somebody wants to just do a say a genetic engineering course, so should they opt for online, or should they go for offline, so I mean in person? What would be those small things that a student can think before that helps their decision making?
Hmm. I think it depends on whether the student has anything else to do and they're working and then want to do a course
Mm,
parallelly, then
mm,
the option is online, right? There is no other option for
mm,
you.
mm,
But if not, if from what I have seen, the best way is to completely devote yourself to what you're picking up
mm.
and go directly and learn so that you enroll for the courses and be with your peers. You have a lot of experts that you see. Always have a mentor, see who are the people who are doing really well in those fields, follow them in LinkedIn. Network is really, really important, so follow them. Have a mentor whom you can talk to. It could be one of your college professors, it could be one of your senior who's doing really well in the organization, it could be your dad's friend who's doing very well in that position. Network, 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 connect with all the people and then decide who is going to be your mentor, right? And be in touch with them whenever you're making such decisions. They would be knowing more. Like you said, there's information overload. So you need to have someone who knows a little bit more better, right?
Right.
And you listen from them and then you look into Google reviews, you look into people who have done that course.
Hmm.
That is the alumni, right? The alumni who will speak, because we get most of our referrals from alumni
Right.
for our programs because they have gone through it. Biocon Academy could probably talk because they want to sell their courses. But whom
Hmm.
can you believe then? Go to the alumni who's done the course, right? Pick them up from LinkedIn. They all have put in what they have experienced. It. Ask them directly how is it going to help, right? And if you have a job and you're leaving that and coming, is it worth it, right? And sometimes the courses are pretty expensive. So what
Yeah.
is the return that you're going to get based on that? So you'll have to do all this research and then take a calculated decision and follow your heart. So don't, because someone tells you that
Yeah.
that's the best, maybe it is the best for them, not for you, right? You have to make your own decisions. And that's exactly what coaching does, Dr. Gargi. It's like in
Absolutely.
coaching, you're not telling the person this is what you need to do. You are just being their thinking partner. So just being with you and saying, okay, Gargi, what are you thinking about this? So, what are you trying to achieve through this? So, I ask you thought provoking questions and I be your thinking partner. I do not advise you because I want to see what is your potential and withdraw from that, not give you advice and follow what worked for me, right? Might
Absolutely.
not work for you.
Absolutely. I was actually coming to ask you this question, and thank you for bringing that up, because I think there is also a need to make awareness calls regarding coaching versus courses, because for me personally also, though I don't do it very regularly, but I also am a medical writing coach, where I focus on women particularly who were on career break, and they want to come back to the industry, and
Mhm.
they are mothers and they can't have that, they want a flexible schedule or something like that. So what I have seen, that the first question that I get, that uh, what are the courses that I can do? I mean, I mean, you can do everything. I mean, you don't even need to spend money, because today on internet there are a lot of information, and so many good thing is happening on LinkedIn, and there are very kind people who keep posting, and you can learn just for free. You don't have to spend for courses. But
Yeah.
I think this difference between courses and coaching, and the importance of coaching, I think it is absolutely important to talk about it, because I think the perception is still very dilute. This is, I mean, of course, you are more experienced than me, but whatever I have seen, I don't see that people have that clarity. So it would be very nice, you being such a certified coach, if you can tell uh, some, key points between the difference getting a coach or mentored by somebody versus just taking up a course, and whether it is in person or online doesn't matter, but what's that essence of coaching? I think that is very important.
Okay. Okay. So, first of all, coaching is different, mentoring is different, and doing the courses. They're all three different compartments, right? So, when
Right.
you're doing a course, you're trying to learn something, you're trying to build your skill, right? So you have decided, okay, I'm going to join this particular field of life, and so my skill is not up to the mark, so I will do certain course, prepare myself better, and join that course. So that's a different thing, then that you'll opt up for that.
Mm.
Mentoring is when I know there's an expert in that area who has done all this, and I go to the mentor for getting advice on which is the best course for me to do. This is the field that I want to work in. I found out there are this many courses. I have narrowed it to this many. What do you think I should be doing? Right?
Mm.
That's that. Then the third part is coaching. In coaching, you're just going there saying that, okay, I'm confused. Like, I don't know whether I want to go in this path or I want to go into this path. And I'm like struggling to reach there. I want to have a coaching session with you. So, coaching sessions could be for because you are confused about something, because you are stuck in your career, you don't know where to move ahead, and why are you getting stuck? You don't realize that, and or you have some problem that you're currently facing with your manager
Mm.
or with your team or with communication. It could be anything. So, like I say, that coaching is being your thinking partner. That's why I keep repeating that word, thinking partner. It is about bringing your potential out. So if you come to me and say that I'm not able to make this decision whether I want to go here or there, then I will try to ask you questions. What is it that you like about it there? What is it that you like about it here? What is stopping you from going there? So, what do you see as your advantages? And also, sometimes when you keep asking questions, you realize that the person wants to go here, but is being pushed here because of some peer pressure, because of what their parents would have said, or because of some experiences they've had in their life. And they wouldn't even realize it is because of that that I'm trying to move in this direction, but my passion is actually in this direction, right? So coaching provokes you, it makes you think, it makes you your beliefs, your experiences, it questions everything. And coaching is done with a person whom you have no connection with initially, right? So you
Yeah.
build trust, and it's like going to when you go to a therapist, you open up everything because there's a confidentiality there. Same thing with a coach, you have a confidentiality, but a coach is not a therapist. Coach is not psychologically certified to be your
Mm.
therapist, but doing similar kind of work by asking you questions. So it's just about powerful questions and trying to get the best potential from you, working out the best solutions which comes from you, which will work for you.
Amazing. Thank you, Bindu, for that very comprehensive. Because I think I have asked a very broad-based question to you, but it was very comprehensive, and I think I took a lot of learning tips from your answer, and I'm sure others who are watching us today, uh, it is very helpful what you said. So I mean, we are almost at the concluding part of our conversation. So another favorite question of mine would be like, what would be your advice to professionals or educators, maybe building a career at the intersection of learning and leadership? So what would be your advice, or probably any message that you'd like to tell people?
Yeah, like I was saying, you need to follow your passion. You need to identify your strengths and see where is it that you're feeling happiness. We always say, we have only one life. So follow your heart and follow what makes you happy. So don't take a career just because it is going to give you money, just because it has got a name attached to it. But follow something which you'll be passionate about, and the rest will follow. Like the money will come, the name and the titles will come if you are following your passion. So you just have to discover what is that your strength, what is your strength, where is your passion lying, what is it that makes you happy. Is it about bringing a smile to a child? Is it about bringing a smile to an adult? Is it solving complex problems? What is it that gives you joy? Follow that, and everything else will fall in place. I think that's one thing. And learning, like I said, lifelong learning. Never stop learning. If you think this is the direction you have taken, and then you think, no, maybe I want to go there, try it out. There's no harm. Try it out. Learn, be prepared, and get into it. Right? So if you're prepared and getting into it, maybe you have a small setback of coming here and then starting it, but still it is worth it because that's where you're going to be happy. That's where your passion is. So you will shine there. So we all do make different career choices, and we should be brave enough to make the career choices and follow our heart. In one stage, chemistry sounded really good to me, but when IT picked up, I didn't know IT is going to come in a big way like this, right? And I thought, well, in chemistry, I'm using a lot of my imagination, whereas in IT, when I do a program, I see the results immediately, right? So I found that very interesting. So I moved, right? And then I decided, okay, as I said, don't be comfortable. Think what next? Oh, this is so interesting. That's interesting. Why not learn? Keep learning, even though if it is, going for a music class, learning badminton, going for swimming, keep learning a different thing, and that keeps you more happier. It also keeps your brain active. So I think these are the, whether it is learning, leadership, doesn't matter. If you become, you don't have to be a leader position. It comes naturally to you because if you're a leader, you're a born leader. You know how to do it, right? But you don't always have to be a leader. You can be a strong individual contributor, be a very good expert in your area. And so that is a career. So many options are available now. Initially, there was only this, that you become manager, then you become senior managers. Now it's not like that. Everybody can have their own career, and everybody can be an entrepreneur too, right? So many young entrepreneurs. We have lots to learn from the millennials and the, Zen Generation Z. Oh, there's so much they are doing, and there's a lot to learn from them too. So keep learning, even that.
Thank you, Bindu. It was amazing talking to you today. And I think this power packed episode of this podcast would be very helpful for many people. And so we will bid a adieu, a goodbye. I think we'll catch up again, Bindu, with you with more such conversations. And to all my audience, thank you so much for being here. And please subscribe my channel to see experts like Bindu. Thank you, Bindu, once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. And I really appreciate the work that you're doing. And I wish you all success.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.